man that sometimes calls Kingsport his home, other than Dandridge. But he's got 5 regional titles. 2 of them were right here. Tough guy to beat in this house. How about giving it up for Greg McMahon and the match between Greg and Tom Baker. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, welcome to our first match here on Facebook for Warpath Lanes. There goes Greg. As good a shot as can be thrown. We got first match is Greg McMahon. He's won twice here at this house in the regionals, bowling Tom Baker. Tom just come off a regional win this past weekend over in Asheville, North Carolina, where he beat Walter Ray. Comes up a little bit light. Tom has got 36 regional titles, 22 national titles. He's got a little bit of experience at bowling these kind of matches. Greg's got 5 regional titles, and like I said, 2 of them were right here at Warpath. Converted out without any problem. Getting here, they've bowled 16 games so far. Greg averaged 232.56, and Tom averaged 232.81. So they've been knocking a few pins over. And he's left another 10. Right there in the warm-ups, before they got started, they was laughing at each other. One leaving a solid 9, one leaving a solid 8. They were having trouble carrying. With the experience that both of them got, I'm sure they'll figure something out. Another one about as good as he could throw it. Greg hadn't been throwing a lot, hadn't been bowling in a lot of the regional tournaments. He bowls what he can, but he told me he's going to be bowling a lot more of them. He's going to retire at the end of September, and as much as he loves bowling, he will be bowling anything he can find to bowl in that's worth his time and the money. I know he's going to Vegas to bowl Ron Moore's big senior event later in the year. When you're throwing that flush, there's usually very little doubt about them striking. Oh, Tom got that one down real smooth, and it made his little adjustment. Very minor adjustment, so. It's taking him a re-rack, I don't know. Saw something in the pins he didn't like. Or he could have been like Jason Belmonte, who will take them just to settle down and slow the pace of bowling down a little bit. It wasn't as flush, but it was typical Baker. It just shreds them. Currently, Greg will have about a 9-pin or 10-pin lead. Got that one a little bit wide, and it finished pretty hard on the back. Not really any problem covering the spare. He just another one, just as flush as you could throw it. Baker gets this one, we should have basically a tie match. Guy's gonna, there he goes. See that one? That was identical to the last one on that lane. Took another re-rack, but I don't blame him being on a string of 3 if he's seen something he didn't like. He's only allowed two per game, so. So that's his last one, but this is such a critical shot that he's got to take it. You don't want to save one for the end whenever you have a chance of. Well, it's all right. The rack's right if he just cycles it because that just kept it from setting. Tom's going on a 228 pace right now, and Greg's on 230 pace. Oh, wow. That mountain it and finished a little bit on a sharp angle and just cut right through him. He left one of those this past weekend with bowling Walter Ray and give Walter a chance to win in the 10th, and Walter got up and threw one and left a solid 8. Tom's ball definitely has more angle on the back end than what Greg's does. That one got it in a little bit, but a little firmer. Held the line going straight down. I think Tom's got Greg looking at that rack now. He's going to take him one. That one on a direct tight line. 30, he's going at a 250 pace right now. Tom definitely needs to strike on this pitch. He could go out for the 240s. 47. That would force Greg to really make a good shot in the 10th. That was a typical clutch shot for Bake. Pressure doesn't bother him. He can just throw it as good as it can be thrown. This is a must strike right here. And he got it. Do you know which buttons to use? Well, that pretty much, that just puts him in at 230 pace. Greg can have an open for 240. I don't know whether that was where Bakes would have took another re-rack if he was allowed to or not. You want me to go look at it while they're warming up in between games? All right. Tom at 236. thought they were all 10 pins. Greg looks like he's going to try to go out for 279. Whether it was a style tactic or what. Well, definitely put him in the 270s. Bakes just made the comment that that's Greg McMahon. He just can't beat him here in this house. He's got 2 wins and a second. And I think that was it just in 4 tournaments. This is the 5th one.
Give it up for our first match. It was Greg McMahon, 279, and Tom Baker's 236. How about a nice round of applause for Tom Baker finishing 4th in the event? Not too bad. Win last week, 4th this week. At this time, we have our number 2 player, and number 1, if he so desires, to come over and take some shots. I think you have 6 shots on the pair. Any way you would like to take a total of 6 shots. Greg McMahon, if you want, we can turn on lane 6 if you want to throw any, say, loose shot or not. Okay. Anybody driving a silver Toyota with Knox County tags, please come up to the front counter. Silver Toyota. MX3. Missing the front end. Dick, you're in the higher seated position coming in, so you have a choice if you're going to start or for Greg to start. What's the choice? You can have Greg start? All right, bowling fans, we're in for our second stepladder match. He calls Hartville, Ohio his home. He's in 3 Ohio State Halls of Fame, looking for his very first regional title and banner. How about giving it up for Mr. Dickie Grand, our number 2 position. Good luck, guys.
All right, here we go with match number 2. Dick was the higher seed. He elected to have Greg start the match. Up, gonna be high. Uh-oh. That's the first bad shot he's thrown. Lanes go through a transition. I don't know whether that's what got him or whether he just eased up on it a little bit. Pretty good on the back. Got one of those. Dick really bowls well in this house. He's made the finals here just about every year that he's been down here. Uh-oh, he's pulled that one. Dick has never won a regional, but he's been close in a lot of them, both really well in them. He's in 3 Ohio Hall of Fames, so that shows you he's definitely got some ability there. I know he's got one of the greatest coaches in the world. He's worked for as long as I've known him, late, probably 74, 75. He's worked with Freddie Borden, or Freddie's worked with him. So couldn't ask for a much better coach than that. Shredded that right, but left that 9 or 7 pin there. Couldn't see what he left. When the 10 kicked out, I thought he had a strike. Dick likes bowling a lot, but most of his time is spent at the golf course since he's owned a golf course in Ohio for 40-some years. Greg got that one. That just looked like all the ones he threw on that lane the last game. It's over here. No, it's over here. The silver car is on this side of the building. Right in front of it. I thought you said behind the building. Moved in, ooh, shredded that one. Looked like he moved in and tightened that one up. It looked like he definitely moved in and tightened his line up, and he smoked that one down there. That was almost a full mile an hour faster than the one that got the split. Dick got a good reaction out of that shot. That ball got it just a little bit further right, and then it looked like it made a better turn for him. Gonna have to hurry to get that one up. Oh, he got it up. Got enough to tilt the 5 out. Carried that light hit. Oh, he pulled that one a bunch. Oh, and got away with it. He comes back. He tells Dickie he's sorry. That's unusual to see him throw one that wild. Yeah. Well, that made it a one-pin match, depending on what he does on this one. Greg just said that's the first one he threw all week. I think Dick told him, well, he's glad it was against him. Well, he made the most of it. He threw it as, that one was flushes. Dick's last two shots had a good reaction from out, so I'm sure he's going to kind of try to keep it out and let it come up. There he goes. He got that thin wall shot. Still got basically a one-pin lead. Not as far right, but he got it. Oh. Throwing these shots that just shred the rack. The ball's finishing enough to do that. A lot of times do that, and it just leaves that weak 10. But they've got the right spot and the angle to carry it. Well, ball kind of deflected and didn't get to 5 all the way over there. It's good. Getting down to about 12 pins. Greg needs this because Dick gets up and gets a couple more strikes. It could be. Got the light, but he got it to carry. Greg loves to do a lot of tournament bowling. He won the high roller in Vegas a number of years back, and he goes and bowls the big money ones if he can. Looks like flush. Oh, should have stayed with a light hit. And just went right around it. Dickie's on right now on the 220 pace, and Greg's on the 210. So but Greg's on that strike, so he gets his first one. We'll be within a couple of pins of each other. Yep. Had that in a little bit. Greg uses a little bit of sandpaper on his thumb hole to make sure he doesn't lose it, because that's as soon as it starts slipping on his thumb, I think he just, what happened a while ago, it caused him to jerk it left. Yep, got that light shot. Basically got a tie match here, depending on what Greg does on this shot. We'd like to thank our sponsors of the tournament, which has been the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sheila Postel of Blue Ridge Properties. That's the title sponsors. Greg got that one out. Yep, Nick finished a little hard. There we go. Got a 1-pin match. And our other sponsors was Diamond Exchange, the Kingsport Butcher Shop, and the Shack in Colonial Heights. Great place to go and eat. The Shack provided food for all the finalists that was bowling today during their break. Oh my goodness. Wow. He threw that ball. But he threw that one really good. It was just a bad break. And been known to leave a few of them here, but he throws it hard enough, he could make it. That looked like that was exactly where the last one on that lane was. It didn't knock the 7 out, or is it 10? Yeah, he left on that one the last time. This is a critical strike. He throws this one, he forces Greg to at least go. He got that one. Yeah, he can force Greg to go 9 spare strike if he throws this one right here. That one extra pin, Greg missed there in the first frame when he had that 7 split and only got one of them. Could look big here in the 10th frame, depending on what Dick does on this shot. That looks pretty good. And he did. He opened them right up. He threw all 4 shots, and he should have had them. That was just a bad break. And it's happened to everybody out here that bowls at this caliber. Got it out. Oh, he stripped it out. That's probably about did it. Like the only thing that could happen right now would be we did something like a big 4 or big 5, and I don't think that's quite going to happen. Greg throws the ball much too good. Dickie ended up 224. Greg's going to be at 230 something. All right, there you go. Struck it out. 236.
All right, ball fans, give it up for that match. What a great match again. Great professional. It was Greg McMahon, 236 over Dickie Graham at 224.
Dickie lost, and he only had
Our number 1 seed gets to come over.
one shot that wasn't really good. Greg had 2 bad shots, but he got away with the main one. He didn't.
And Greg, if you want to continue, stay loose. You have lane 6 there.
All right, here we go. It's the title match. Greg McMahon, Ron Profit. Ron's from Brookville, Ohio. He's got 2 regional titles. He led the tournament with a 245 average. So he was 12 pins a game ahead of the second place, which was Dick Grand, who was seated second. Both of them, top 2 seeds were from Ohio, and they were roomies this week. See, Greg kind of starts out, the first shot goes high on the left lane like he did the last game. You can't say a transition got him from Ron bowling on him. All right, converted to spare with no problem. Yeah. Got that light hit to go. He stayed right around the top all day today. They come in, they bowled eight games this morning, and he was pounding them pretty good. Got that. Shredded that rack. Ron's bowled really well here before, but I don't think he's ever bowled quite well enough where he's made the step ladder. I like Greg. Greg's makes it every year except one. He's missed one time. There's another one goes high. I think he knew it off his hand it was going that way. No problem converting the spare. If he see what kind of adjustment he makes on this one. Looks like he tightened it up a little bit. Didn't go around that ball. Had enough roll on it, carried that light hit. Ball didn't make a lot of move on the back end, but it was effective. On this long pattern, which is a Dick Weber 45 foot, doesn't get a lot of back end hook. And Bravitt can play that outside on this pattern. Ball's got good reaction. Ron was the only lefty that really had success. I think he was the only one that even made the top cashier's round, which was the top 13. Well, those two, that was solid as he could throw them. most of the right-handers that made it on this 45-foot pattern was throw the ball pretty firm, straight, and hook it a whole lot. Greg's still down by 20 on the strikes, but guarantee you he'll be trying every shot. Throw him just like that last one. There's no give up in him. I decided he's taking a re-rack. Yeah, I asked Tom Baker earlier what it was, and he said it looked, the 1-3 was setting just a hair closed, and that leads to a lot of them can leave a weak 10 on a rack like that. Shots up, and he shredded it. Yeah, I know there's a certain PBA bowler out there in Texas that says, well, it may be a bad rack, but if you throw the ball good enough, it'll overcome the bad rack. But a lot of bowlers will still re-rack. And see, they're, especially if they're on a strike, it means a lot of wood. No doubt about that shot. I think Ron zeroed in and got that determined look on his face. Gonna hold flush. He's determined the Ohio boys took home a lot of money this week. Got first, or not a first yet, but they're going to have at least a second, a third place check, and their other roomie, Tom Howison, he got a check and made it to the top 8. So, or I'm sorry, he didn't make it to the top 8. He made it to the top 13. I'll give Greg a 4-bagger, so he's at 220 pace, where Ron's right now at a 240 pace. So it's about 20 pins difference. We have had 1-300 during the qualifying. Steve Licklider had her only 300 game. Well, Greg's taking another re-rack. I didn't see many re-racks during the tournament, but when it gets down here to these final shots, it's definitely critical. Oh, we got away with that one. That one in, and it didn't have any move on the back, but it was just enough of the head pin and got it off of the wall. That puts Greg in 230s right now. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Hell, looked like it didn't quite come off his thumb good and had it pulled just a hair. That didn't come off his hand really good. And he got the light shot. That puts him going at a 260 pace right now. Really going at his 300 pace, but Becker puts him in the 260s if he marks out. Greg's in the 230s, so almost a must strike here. So, just put 10 right in the pit. This is a big one. Greg gets this. I could still set him up for a 279. Oh, got it way in. But it held. So he's got a possibility of 279. But Ron can throw the first two strikes and close him out. Ron's going to definitely exceed his 245 average that he's been doing for the week. Got that one. Kick that 10 right out of there. Now that puts him in the 270s. 9 spare strike. He'll force Greg to strike out. If he throws his first strike, he's a winner. All right, that's a winner. Now we want to see him get the next two. Wasn't going to mention him shooting 300 against Greg since Greg's one of our local favorites, but he's gone this far. We're definitely pulling for the next two strikes. And the pressure of winning is off. Now it's just shoot to 300. Looks like he's got it. One more, folks. We got one more, and we'll have a 300. Be a second 300 this week here. shooting a 300 for your for a title, it's got to be something you'll never ever forget. Uh-oh. Oh, he threw it flush. He got it. All right, Mr. Prophet. I think he got a little redemption for Dick living at 710. One roomie redeemed another roomie. Oh, Greg strike out here for 279, and I tell you what, that's some final match. I tell you, see, he never gives up. He's going to throw every ball as if it was the winning ball. So that's going to give Greg has got 2 wins and 2 second-place finishes here at Warpath. And I don't know whether he's bowled all 5 tournaments or not. There you go. I tell you, he don't give up. Well, there you go, and he's got it out, 279. All right.
To congratulate Ron Prophet on a great day. I tell you, I love this place. It's just like being home. So I think I finished 2 wins, a second, and another second, and maybe a 4th. But it's been good to me. So thanks for having me, and congratulations, Ron.
Well spoken, and the new mayor of Kingsport, Mr. Greg McMahon. How about giving it up to Greg? All right, well, here we go. It's our champion time. Ronnie likes coming down to the south, and he does very well, and we love having him. And what a fantastic performance right there from Ronnie Prophet. Perfect game, folks. It doesn't get any better than that. Ronnie, say a few words to the crowd.
I want to thank everybody for being here. We got a nice crowd for Wednesday afternoon. And I want to thank the Diamond Exchange, Blue Ridge Properties, the KBC Butcher Shop, and the Shack. The food is great. And especially these 2 right here. Without them, we wouldn't have it. And David back there and the whole crew behind the counter. Great day for me.
It was great to have a 300 for the title match. I'd like to present Ron with the trophy, but I think he's trying to grab the check first that Bev's got for you. There you go, first place check. I wouldn't not pull against Greg since he's our local, but I'd give anything to have been in a car ride home if Ron had shot that 300 against Dick. I can imagine what that would have been like. I don't know who would have been in the back seat. Tom would have probably had the chauffeur on Monday. All the way, but great bowling. Like I said, early in the match, I said, when Ron's even behind in the fourth, I said, he's not giving up. He never gives up on a shot. And he showed it all the way to the 10th frame. When he was closed out, he threw 3 strikes, put his score up there at 279 to let everybody know that he was still here. But, congratulations to him. He bowled great. He loves this place. Ron, I don't know, I guess when you shoot 300 title match, there's a lot of pressure on you, especially for that. But he come through and did a wonderful job. I'd like to congratulate them. Appreciate everybody coming out and supporting it. And like Ron said, our sponsors, really appreciate it. Kingsport Convention Visitors Bureau, Sheila Postel, Blue Ridge, our title sponsors, along with the Shack, Diamond Exchange, and Kingsport Butcher Shop. And we just hope all of you come back next year. We see Ron bowled us well. I think it may attract a few more Ohio bowlers down this way. Yeah, we got 2 cars in the way. I have to bring more than one, but we appreciate you coming out and support, especially in the Pro-Am. David worked. We had a very large Pro-Am. Turned out great. Between him making calls and our staff recruiting our bowlers, but he had a lot come down from Bristol and Johnson City, so we appreciate all the support there. Because the Pro-Am is what the pros enjoy bowling with them, and I'm sure the amateurs enjoy bowling with pros because we've got a good bunch of senior pros. And he's leaving here and headed to Mooresville. They'll be bowling in Mooresville tomorrow, so it's not an easy thing. And then they've actually got 2 tournaments in Mooresville. Well, thank all of you again.
Bowling fans, on behalf of the PBA and Warpath Lanes, our wonderful sponsors, Blue Ridge Properties, Kingsport Convention Center, we have the Shack, the Diamond Exchange, and the Kingsport Butcher Shop. We thank everybody for all their involvement with the PBA, and we really love having you here, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. So bowling fans, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your week.